All right, guys.
I'll go get me some coffee real quick.
That should do it. Could you get a black coffee for me, too? We should be back live on the air. Thank you for standing by. And we're going to bring you dual action coverage now. We got Jason Williams, who's actually making a comeback on Ruben Bautista. And we've got, well, and then there's that. It's 3-2 over there between Ruben and Jason. Ruben now coming to the table. Edgy Geronimo up 7-2 on Tang Ho. Tang Ho is a fighter, and he is going to stay in the box and see what he can do to beat Edgy Geronimo. But real quick, I want you to just take a look at Ruben, the Mexican champion from Mexico City, who is definitely not a player you want to make any mistakes against. So they're making some. When you shake the table, you shake the camera. So the score is 3-2. Ruben up on Jason box, and Jason just kind of blew this rack. He gave it right back to Ruben. He had a chance to run it out. Now Ruben's a little bit out of line.
Ruben is a very cagey 9-ball, 10-ball player. Very cagey.
When you say cagey,
well, he builds so many things in the shot.
Oh, he's not happy. He threw his cue at that shot.
He didn't execute the shot well at all.
No, he didn't. Jason's going to punish him for this. It's going to be 3-3.
You hear the sound his sticks make?
Yeah, and he's totally happy with it. He loves it.
Sounds like the Pharaoh's broken something on his throat.
Exactly.
But he loves it.
No, he says it's one of the best moves he ever made on every one of his opponents, because they all think his cue's screwed up and he can't play with it. They're all waiting for it to explode. Come apart at the seams. Everybody, I'm telling you.
That dude, I've been listening to that cue for the last 2 days. I know.
And he goes, you know what? There's nothing wrong with this cue. I've looked at it. I've inspected it. It just makes that noise. I'm extremely happy with it. I love it. It hits great. There's nothing wrong with it. He's playing with the jaw. It does. It bugs his opponents.
It bugs me, and I'm sitting in the booth. He says it's a Josh?
It's a Josh. He's playing with the Josh. Let's go back now. Tang Ho is he's struggling here. 7-2. Edgy Geronimo up on him. I don't know if that was a push out or it was a safety. He's put the one up behind the 2-ball.
Mm-hmm.
And so Edgy's kicking. That break was the sound of Ruben Bautista breaking dry.
Did you see how the stick flexed when he broke the balls?
No,
watch him next time he breaks.
Okay.
This stick really flexed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of power he put on there.
Oops. Sorry, folks. That was Jason pushing. Just wanted to. Oh, now Ruben's in the way. Get out of the way, guys. We're trying to watch Tang as well.
Ruben chose to give him that back.
Little safety battle going on between these guys.
Safety battle on table 7. For you cats that don't know, because, Box knows everything. I didn't know that I lost an hour this morning.
Right?
I did not know that.
I woke up like I might be late for work if I don't get up right now.
You know what I mean? And I know everything. I am never wrong.
Phew. I left the pool hall last night and I'm like, wait a minute, why is it 3 a.m.?
I didn't even pay attention. I went home, took my medicine, and went to sleep. I had no idea what it was. And I'll tell you the truth, too. I don't know how many of you cats do this, but I do. When the time adjusts, I never adjusted in the car. I never adjusted on the stove. I never adjusted on the microwave. I leave it the way it is, and I try to remember that it's an hour on or an hour off. Because no sooner than you make the adjustment, you got to go right back to it. Do you think?
What's going on?
Do you think?
We're still recording, so. Well, Tang is, he's deliberating here. He's got a shot on a 1.
Daniel, is the mic off?
Hey, Trin. Huh?
Is the mic off?
Is the mic off? No. Why? What's up? We've got some visitors here. So enjoy this match. And I'm going to work on some of our connection issues. And we'll be right back with the audio commentary. Okay, stream lovers, pool fans, we're back with hopefully some uninterrupted action for you. Edgy Geronimo now has just scratched and given Tang an opening.
Tang was watching that and pulling forward the.
He was what?
Yeah, he was pulling for Edgy on that particular game,
Yeah.
and he couldn't believe that Edgy scratched.
Yeah. Well, the score is 7-3 right now.
Edgy
Make
is
that
pissed.
7-4.
He's not smiling or nothing. Tang goes over there laughing.
Yeah, well, that's Tang. Tang is like that. Meanwhile, Jason Williams is now ahead of Ruben Bautista 4-3.
Donation, Jason.
Donation. This is Daniel. I'm here with Box.
He plays extremely well up under the pressure. Yeah, but Ruben gonna test him. The next match must be played on table 1. I see Oscar making the adjustments.
Yeah, that'll be the hot seat match. I have to keep the chat room down right now because it's just another browser I keep open. So Jason, very quickly, he's going to take a quick restroom break. So we're going to go right back now and continue the action here. Score now 7-4, Edgy Geronimo on Tang Ho. Edgy goes to 9 games, Tang goes to 8.
Oh, trim motherfucking load. I won't forget. You've told me that I don't know how many times. I was trying to give you a nice little shout out for your trip to New York. I couldn't remember the last time.
It's very hard for us to see exactly what lines Edgy is looking at because, the view that you guys have is basically the view that we have right now. But by the looks of things, it just doesn't look like the easiest pattern.
Yeah, but he's got a look on his face that shows you that this is going to be the end of it right here.
He kind of does. You're right about that. We can at least see that from this far away.
It looked like this is it. I'm not going no further with this.
Yeah. Jason Williams still taking a break. He's up 4-3 against Ruben Bautista.
What tips are allowed on break cues?
I believe phenolic and G10, correct? If I'm not mistaken, too, I think the G10 is a harder material than the than phenolic material.
But they are allowed.
It depends on your association that you're playing with. And what year it is, what event, and who's running the thing.
It's a lot of parameters on just a tip.
It's like some stores you'd go into, you know? Be like, do you take Amex? No, we take Visa, Master, and Discover. No, we don't take diners, and we don't take Amex. Your AAA membership is no good here.
Yeah, AG's calling this a game here.
Yeah, well, he needs to. He goes to 9 games, by the way.
Yeah, you got to shut the door. When it's time to close, you got to close the door. When it's time to close, you got to close it.
Should be an interesting hot seat match. Will be Attila versus Oscar.
You see the way he was hitting him. He gave him that game.
Well, yeah, you know, he dissected that layout there, and made him disappear. So edgy on the hill and breaking.
I believe this here is it.
I've seen a few breaking runs from Edgy on the 10-ball rack in my time. Looks like nothing goes down.
Tang seems to be pretty humble with the way things are turning out.
Let's not forget also that Tang Ho was sponsored by West State Billiards to play the events here on the MZWST Tour.
He represented West State real well the last 3 tournaments. He was in the top money. I've been meaning to go down there and holler at those cats at West State just to pick up on a few accessories I think I might need.
Yeah, I've been to their facility, and it's kind of a pool player's candy store in there.
Well, I was at Tigers, and those cats treated me real well down there.
Nice jump shot by Edgy. The one did not go in, and I think he left the shot on the 50-yard line for Tang. So Ruben's coming back. That's because Jason came back.
Right now, Ruben has a dilemma. He's on Brunswick Boulevard, and his shot is on Brunswick Avenue. The stands are starting to pick up a little bit here.
They really are. They really are.
I see my old friend Fred in the front row. Fred sold me my first Eddie Pruitt. Just walked up and gave it to me and said, "Pay me when you can." Real good dude.
Tang's gonna get ball in hand.
Oscar's practicing on table 1.
Yep, he'll be playing a hot seat match with Attila Bezdan.
He plays with a low deflection cue also.
Yeah, I think he uses the WX Mezz shaft.
I noticed looking at that shaft that it's a size that I'm not used to seeing Oscar play with. Oscar normally plays with a much thinner shaft. That shaft there looks like it's a little fatter than he normally plays with.
Wait a minute, you're right. That's quite odd. It looks like a 12.75, and don't think I've ever seen him use a shaft, even on this tour.
He's always used.
I think he must have
shaft.
very, very recently switched to a 12.75.
Ask him too.
And you know what's funny is 5 years ago when he played John Mora here, he was using his 9mm shaft.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him.
Oscar. What's the millimeters? The shaft. 12 millimeters? Okay. Okay.
Haven't you played with a smaller shaft before, though? Haven't you played with a smaller diameter shaft before?
Yeah, a long time ago.
But did you just switch to the 12 mil? Because. Oh, wow, okay.
Over here.
All right.
Had it since last US Open.
Okay.
This year's Open.
Okay. Okay. I guess we stand corrected then.
He said a year.
He's been using that a year. Yeah. Ruben about to tie it up here against Jason Williams. He's about to tie up the match. It'll be 4-4 if he makes this 10 ball. I'm not sure who
That
breaks
shaft
next.
sure looks bigger than a 12.
It really does look bigger than a 12 to me. Back now, Edgy Geronimo is he's on the hill against Tang Ho. Tang now has a chance to take his 5th game in this set.
I wonder what tip he's got on there, because he's hitting that ball awful hard.
He's probably using a Zan tip. That's what he's.
I was going to give him the opportunity.
Oh,
Thank you, Daniel.
please do that.
Oscar. Oscar, I forgot to ask you. I see you hitting the balls really well. What type of tip are you using?
Zan tips. I switched maybe, good lords, about 7-8 months ago, and I was a big Kamui fan. Then I don't know, the medium started getting too hard for me, at least for my taste. And then I went to the soft, and it was too spongy. So what I was doing, I was getting a soft and compressing it a little bit, and it helped out a little bit. But then I tried the Zan, and I converted.
Better performance for you?
Yeah, the way I like it, yeah.
That's good.
It's just, I never really thought about getting it, but when I went to China, all the Taiwanese pros are using it, and they all have the logo. I'm like, these guys do it for a living, so I'll try it out.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no problem. Yeah. In case you want Zan tips, hit me up.
Exactly. Zan tips, Mezz cues also hit up Oscar Dominguez.
That information was purely out of eagerness to know, but we believe that one of our sponsors also has a tip that we stand behind also.
That's right. POVPOOL's been working with Kamui tips, just like Oscar says. You know, he used Kamui a long time too. You know, the tip technology has become amazing. The amount of research and development that's going into tips is staggering. You know, and the same thing with shaft and cue technology.
I tell you, you know, I've brought a lot of, you know this personally, I brought a lot of guys to the scene, or that's been hunting me down from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And the 3 that we have talked to so far, I've asked all 3. That's including Don Lee, that's including Come to the Table, those guys. I've asked them what type of tip do they play with, and all 3 gave me the same response. It doesn't make a difference. Let's go.
Yeah. It's funny.
And come to the table say he don't know, and it don't make a difference.
That's yeah. You're talking about Shorty. Yeah.
Let's go.
That's true. It's so funny, isn't it? But you know, I was the same way when it came to shaft technology. You know, like I used the stock shaft on my Jerry Olivier for almost 10 years. You know, and I swore by it. I used a Mucci, I used a Hubler, and then I went to Jerry Olivier, and a Joss actually I used for long, and I always used the stock shaft. And I would tell people, man, you don't need that low deflection. But then I tried an OBQ. I couldn't believe what it did for my game.
I told the story many times to our viewers. I'm sure they know it. I'm not going to reiterate it, but I never knew for a long time what type of tip I played with. Never knew. Never even asked the question. I just trust the cue maker and went from there. Never. Until recently did I start this tip thing, you know? Edgy's having a problem closing the door with Tang Ho over there.
Yeah, I'm watching Jason Williams. We are watching Jason Williams with Ruben Bautista right now. But yeah, you're right though. They're having over there's a little safety battle going on. It's just hard to see that match with the current match going on between
even
Jason.
Ruben is having a problem closing the door with
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason's taking a stand here. He was down 3-0 in this match, and now it's about to become 5-4. And this is a
broken
precarious with his broken cue. It's a precarious
donation, Jason.
It's a precarious position for Ruben because Ruben actually has to play one additional game in this race. He goes to 9, and Jason only goes to 8.
Yeah. Score now on that table is 5-4, Jason.
Let's take a look here what Tang's doing. Looks like he's bridging over the 9 ball to shoot the 7 in the corner pocket. And the score there is 8-4. 7 goes down. It looks like he's got a shot on the 8. Maybe a billiard. I don't think he'd play the billiard if he can make the 8.
When you look at Jason and try to size your man up, he gives you an entirely false premonition of what's to come. When you look at Jason from yesterday and listen to his stories about how much he's donated and how bad he plays,
Yeah.
he's on table 6 with one of the coldest cats in California. And leading. So
you're
much
right.
for the donation.
Yeah.
Thank you for donating to pool. And
It's funny, over the years I've found that somebody with any kind of a pool nickname, first of all, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
But second of all, their nicknames are usually completely the opposite of what they sound like they're going to be, you know? Like One Ball Charlie. Come on now. One Ball Charlie.
And Jason gives you entirely different demeanor. Table 7 is over. Tang Ho has broken down, one of my good friends. And as you guys know, one of my heroes outside of Cecil Tugwell. Man. Cool cat too, man.
So that'll do it for Tang Ho, who is going to be 7th, 8th, I believe.
Okay, Ramos and Edgy are exchanging pleasantries with each other. He's looking at Edgy's stick.
So the edgy match is over. Now it's getting a little louder in here, so these two players may have a little difficulty focusing. And seems like we are stable with video and audio again, for the most part.
Dave.
Good shot by Ruben. It's tied up now, 5-5. We have a match here at Hard Times Billiards between one of the toughest Mexican champions you'll ever come across in the history of the game.
That's how highly we speak of him and think of him. Ruben Bautista.
Versus
anybody.
Yeah. Versus anybody. And he's playing Jason Williams, just a young gun shortstop from Concord, California. You know, his main thing too is the bar table tournaments. He plays bar box.
Yeah.
He plays a ton of weekly tournaments. So it looks like it's going to be Ernesto Dominguez versus Edgy Geronimo on the live stream on the main feature table. So let's look forward to that match coming up right now. Be sure to check out Ernesto versus Rodrigo in the Top Gun event. And you'll also find continued coverage of this match between Ruben and Jason Williams.